And this is being recorded, just so you know.
Okay.
Your hand is raised, Mark.
It shouldn't be.
Mhm.
Not yet. All right.
Word docs. Here we go.
Kelly Zazinski, April 30. Okay. Okay, Nicole's having some trouble joining. So for Bob, Tina, I think who just showed up. So we have Tim. Is it Stice, Tim? How do you say your last name?
It's Styes.
Styes. Tim Styes is
Um,
here tonight.
Hello.
Tim, hey,
How you
Tim
doing?
is our interim assistant business administrator. He will be serving in the capacity of board secretary this evening. Paul is under the weather. He's been under the weather for well, since last week. He should be back next week. So Tim will be filling in tonight. Tim, you should know. So there's some folks on here that obviously you probably know their name, but you haven't seen them, and there are some people that you are familiar with. So it is 7 p.m.
Mhm.
I'll ask a question. Do you have a preference? Would you like me to share my screen with the agenda? Would you like that to be visible?
Um,
It's up to
I
you.
don't. Do you think it might be helpful for folks at home, but they don't necessarily see that all the time
Right
anyway.
now, no, right now we have
I'm gonna pop out and have my agenda on my screen,
right
like
now
just
we
pop
have
over.
some folks that are joining, about 6 attendees, 7, 8, kind of filling in.
Okay.
So I think most folks that are joining, they have board docs and they're looking at the agenda.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready, Madam
Okay.
President.
Very good. I have a tiny gavel, but of course I can't find it when I'm not gonna ever use it. So, all right, I'm gonna use my stapler. Um, Welcome to a regularly scheduled Board of Education meeting of the East Windsor Regional School District. Written advance notice of this meeting was provided at least 48 hours ago. Such notice provided the time, date, and location of this meeting and included the agenda to the extent it was known at the time. Notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with law. Minutes of this meeting are being kept by the board secretary and will be made available promptly to any member of the public requesting them from the board secretary at 25A Leshen Lane, Hightstown, New Jersey. Minutes will be provided at cost and in accordance with board policy. Are there any board members present who believe this meeting to be in violation of the Open Public Meeting Act? Anybody? Okay, there being none, we may proceed. Um, since we do not need the fire code this evening, I just want to say I hope everyone's been safe during this storm and continues to be safe as the temperatures will continue to be in the cold. Okay, now join me on the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh my, look at my flag. I got my flag ready to go. I pledge allegiance to the
Allegiance
flag
to the
of
flag
the United
of the
States
United
of
States of
America
America.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item C.
Having read the materials received, I move the agenda be approved as submitted.
Poll the board, please.
Okay, I just have taken a look on who's here and who's not.
Okay, no problem.
So I'm sorry. So I do not see Miss Bourgeois, but I do
Okay.
see Miss DeFalco.
Yes.
I do not see Miss Drake. I see Miss LaRusso, Mr. Laverty,
Yes.
Miss Mahari,
Yes.
Ms. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Weeks,
Yes.
and Ms. Lance.
Yes. And just a sidebar there, I'm getting a text from Miss Bourgeois. Mark, it keeps saying that she's showing as a panelist. Can someone maybe reach out to her?
She is a
That is
panel.
correct. She
That
should
is
Oh,
show
correct.
that.
Okay, of course. Yes, I'm going to say that. Yes, that is
So
correct.
she's gonna get another email. Look into the inbox. So where
Yeah,
like
she
she
should have
can
received an email invitation to be a panelist. I can resend it.
For Google Zoom. And I'll say text Mark. I'll have her text you.
Sure.
All right. Okay. So I can move along. We go back over here. Okay, so item D. 1D.
Be it resolved that the East Windsor Regional School District may hold 2 closed sessions at this meeting. These closed sessions concern personnel, HIB report for January 26, 2026, and negotiations. Minutes of these closed sessions will be made available to the public when the need for confidentiality no longer exists.
Okay. Pull the board, please.
Is Ms. Bourgeois on yet, or she is not on? I do not see her. If you are here, let me know. Okay, I'm going to move on.
Actually, can you hear me? This is Jenna
Ah.
Drake. I'm here too.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't know. I'm having to use my phone and it's not as user friendly.
Okay, so back to the room. Ms. DeFalco,
Yes.
Ms. Drake.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Laverty,
Yes.
Ms. Mahori,
Yes.
Ms. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Weeks,
Yes.
and Ms. Lance.
Yes. Okay.
Wait. You forgot Nicole LaRusso.
Oh,
Okay, you're here. Okay, Ms.
Yeah,
Lewis.
I'm here now.
Okay.
we're a little rusty. That's okay.
Yeah.
Mark, do we have our student representatives with us this evening?
I don't see them. I think they had a snow day today and they really took full advantage of it. So
Oh, okay.
I
So
did invite them,
we will skip
but
item
they're not here.
2A.
So if they enter, we can always double back to them, okay?
Okay, very good. So we'll skip item 2A for now. We're also going to skip item 3A, which has been rescheduled to our February 29th meeting, which will be a presentation.
Not February 9th. It should be February 9th.
Oh, okay. It says 29. I was going to say, is it a leap year already?
Hold on, let
So
me
we'll
edit
remedy that. We'll fix that.
I'll do it right
And we'll
now.
have our student artist recognition and our district arts calendar. And then we shall move on to item 4A, our superintendent's report.
Okay. If you refresh, I just changed it to February 9th.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. So good evening, everyone. Hopefully, everyone braved the winter storm yesterday into today. That was a mess. A little bit more snow than I was looking for. But here we go. Apparently, there's some more in the forecast, I think, for next week. So I guess this was a practice run. So I do want to just begin by reminding everyone that we do have a delayed opening tomorrow, a 90-minute delay, just to give people an opportunity to safely arrive in the morning. I do need to give a huge shout out to our Buildings and Grounds department, who did an amazing job today to successfully kind of clear our lots and sidewalks. I drove around the community. I was, there's always some streets that look better than others, but I have to say, for the most part, sidewalks and side streets were in pretty decent shape. So definitely want to thank Patty Malta and our Buildings and Grounds crew. Just a couple of updates. We just mentioned it regarding our student artist recognition that was scheduled for tonight. Obviously, we're not meeting in person, so we're going to push that to February 9th. February 29th, February 9th. We'll be inviting the art educators of those students as well. If you recall, those are the students responsible for the art that's contained in the district art calendar for 2026. Also, as a reminder, the board meeting on February 23rd will have the Governor's Educator of the Year recognition. At the board meeting, we'll recognize those individuals from each of our schools, 2 people per school, who were recognized this year. All of those educators are eligible to be considered for the county educator of the year. We've got to move on to that next level. They have to get a recommendation from the principal and also the superintendent. So we're definitely encouraging those individuals and wishing them well for those of them who are looking to pursue that next stage in the process, but we'll recognize those individuals on February 23rd. Just a couple of updates regarding some legislation that's been kind of, I guess, relevant in the news late. So 2 things that won't take effect until September 2026. The first one, obviously, is the student use of internet-enabled devices. Some people refer to it as the cell phone ban. So this is something that Governor Murphy had been working on for the past 2 years. So as he left office, this took effect. The Department of Education has recently released some guidelines as it relates to what districts need to consider and be mindful of as it relates to modifications to policy. Ultimately, there is a bell-to-bell dynamic with some exceptions. We're currently in the process of reviewing those components, and we'll make some recommendations as we move forward. It's not going to be a huge leap for us K-8. I'd say at the high school this year, we did implement some parameters regarding cell phone use within classrooms, within instructional time. High school students still have some flexibility outside of the classroom. That is something that we'll need to take a look at because according to the legislation, so more to come on that. The other thing that, from a legislative standpoint, that surfaced recently was maybe something that will be appreciated by the cohort here in the meeting, and that was the teaching of cursive. So people in this meeting probably all grew up being taught how to write in cursive. That has become a dying or lost art form. So there's been a push in recent years for students to have some intentional teaching of cursive. There's some mixed reviews on that. People have their opinions in terms of where cursive is, especially in a more digitized state where students are not engaged in as much handwriting as they used to be. But beginning in the 26-27 school year, schools in New Jersey will be responsible for teaching students to write cursive between grades 3 through 5. And they will also be responsible for teaching students how to read cursive handwriting. So some more to come on that as we move forward in the next months. Just a quick update as it relates to, I'll call it safety and security, something that we just need to be mindful of. We, as a cohort of Mercer County school districts, have recently engaged in some meetings with the Office of Emergency Management and some law enforcement within the county to engage in some consistent protocols for emergency reunification. So, and you know, not to be pessimistic, but just to be prepared if there's an incident that happens within the county that requires some additional support from other municipalities. We're just engaging in putting a task force together to ensure that there are some consistent protocols. So if you've got first responders leaving Heightstown, East Windsor, going to provide support in Hopewell or Hamilton, there's an understanding and a command and a process there to really technology, communication, and just some protocols. So we're in the process of kind of engaging on our first meeting. We actually had an initial meeting, but this will be it's a meeting coming up in the mid-February first planning session, and that'll be represented by all the school districts in the county, including charter schools as well. So some more to come on that in the name of providing some consistency for reunification and operations during an emergency. In closing, just a quick recognition, I would say, celebration related to just some of the winter concerts and some other performing arts related activities. Right after the last meeting, or the first meeting in January, there was the rock band night at the high school on January 9th. Then we had our elementary winter concerts that kind of wrapped up the winter concert season officially. So we had GNR was on January 13th, 14th, 15th at the high school for 2 nights and back at GNR for the 3rd night. Last week we had PLD on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 nights at the high school, 1 back at PLD to conclude it. I just want to commend our music educators for really, one, we've got great numbers, great participation at the elementary level, and they continue to grow. And the quality of performances continue to grow as well. So I really want to commend all of our music educators with the leadership of Libby Gopal. The middle school musical, Dare to Dream Junior, is scheduled to open on February 5th with shows on February 6th as well, and also February 7th. The February 5th and 6th shows will begin at 7 p.m., and the February 7th show will begin at 2 p.m. And with that, it concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Does anyone have any questions? Jagriti, did you have a question? It looked like
No.
no, you're good. Okay. All righty. Then we will move on to item 5A, our first opportunity for board member comments. Any board members wish to speak? Maybe I can go through the panel here. And Michael, anything? No. Nicole? Any questions?
No.
Okay. Jessica?
I did want to note another law that Governor Murphy signed in right before he left office, the Safe Communities Act. It was one of the 3 laws that the New Jersey legislature was trying to get passed related to Immigrations and Customs Enforcement and the Immigrant Trust Directive that the Attorney General has. So the law says that schools, hospitals, and courthouses will have new direction from the Attorney General within 6 months about how to deal with immigrations and customs enforcement.
Okay.
That they're not supposed to be on school grounds or in school and not supposed to go into a school without a judicial warrant. So just another new law.
Mark could speak more to that, but I think that's pretty much where we stand. And
Yeah.
and Mark has our legal on standby, and I'm sure Mark, you'll update us if there's any when there are changes, if any.
Certainly, that is the current provision as it
Okay.
relates to a judicial warrant for access to a student information in the building.
Okay. Thanks. Jenna, any questions?
Nope. Thanks.
Thanks. Bob, any questions?
Nothing for me, thanks.
Okay. Kavitha?
No, thank you.
Okay. And I still don't see Jean up here, so we'll have to get you next time unless we get you in. Okay. So then we have our first opportunity for public comment. Mark, are there any members of the public that seem to want to have to talk, or do you have a way to bring them in if they do?
Folks will raise their hand if they want to talk.
Okay.
I will enable them to talk.
Okay. I'll just give it a moment here. I mostly see a panel of all of
I
us.
do have a hand raised. Hold on for a minute.
Okay. Okay, good. I can't see them, so
I have
maybe I have to go. Oh, I see participants at the bottom.
Karen Karavisis. If I mispronounced that, I apologize.
Okay.
Okay.
Could you come on? What did you say her first name was?
Ekaterin, it looks like.
Okay.
Ekaterin.
You state your name and address if you can, please.
Hi, it's Katerina Koravestis. Good evening. I live on Woodside Avenue in East Windsor.
Okay. All right. You have the floor.
I just have just a comment. I know I speak with other parents too in regards to the high school. I have a child who is a junior at Heightstown, And what I've noticed in the mornings are when I drop off my child is the school buses that go down on Leshen Lane, where I went to high school back over 25 years ago at Heightstown, and where the old main office used to be is where the teachers park. When the parents drop off their children, it's the line of school buses that trickle down onto Leshen Lane, where it prevents parents that drop off their child from leaving Heightstown High School, the teacher parking lot. And there's also some instances where I actually had to call transportation only to report some bus drivers that instead of going in a single lane when they drop off students, they make it into a double lane. So they're actually going into the oncoming traffic lane, I guess you could call it, when exiting Leshen Lane from the high school. And
Okay,
there were
you
some
know,
instances where I almost got into a collision with another, I don't know if it's a teacher or a parent. I can't, tell who they are, but it's just if the school board can take a look into that just to alleviate the traffic that, goes on over there in that area, the Heights on High School.
Ms. Caravesis, if I could just ask a clarifying question.
Sure.
You're referring to the drop-off area, the parent drop-off area on Lesher Lane, where we do have a bus that's kind of at the front of that drop-off area, which is
The
taking
Votex, right?
Votech, right? But you're
Yes.
talking about the buses that are pulling in and then going towards the back of the high school before they drop off, because they drop off
Cor-
at the front.
Correct. Right there
Okay.
is like where the two buses are for the Votech schools. They park
Right.
there, no problem. But there are other buses that go down, I guess, that lane where they go behind the Heightstown High School, but
Right.
they don't go all the way around by where the commons area is of the high school. They drop off the students over there right in front of the Votech buses. So, when each bus
Oh,
drops off the children, it backs up all the other buses that are trying to go down there, which backs the parents as they're trying to leave after dropping off their students.
okay. Let me look into that for you, because that's not really what we want to have happen. So let me look at that with the high school administration as well as transportation, and I'll get back to you with
I
an update.
appreciate that. I just,
Okay.
like I said, parents are trying to drop off their students, and I know students are trying to get into school on time too. And it's such a traffic jam.
It's
And I don't want,
hectic. It's hectic. It's very hectic. So the game plan is to not have we don't really want the buses by the cars. So the game plan is to really have the buses drop off in the front of the school and not, commingle with parents dropping their children off in the morning. So we'll take a look at that, and I'll get back to you on that.
also, I just have another comment too. I appreciate, you all taking the time for this meeting. As we try to pull in in the afternoons, especially, picking up our students, I've noticed where it goes around the teacher's parking lot, there's a sign that says one way, which kind of makes it, illegal, I guess you could call it, for cars to go into that. I wish I could take a picture. I would email it to you. I've spoken with Mr. Soto about this. There's sometimes parents that they try to cut through the parking lot, the teacher parking lot, which is kind of illegal because there is a sign that says one way, and some parents, they do go the opposite way
I know what you
into
mean.
that. You need over there, and like I
That
said, I brought
part,
it up to Mr.
that
Soto.
small parking lot, right?
So just
So
to
you're
avoid any
talking
kind of
about
collision.
drop off. I mean, pick up, in the afternoon. Okay,
Right. Like I
we'll
said, I
take a
just
look
want
at
to
that as
avoid
well.
collisions for anyone, teachers, students, parents, because like I said, in that area, it gets very congested, like mornings and afternoons.
I agree. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Katerina. Any other members of the public wish to speak? I don't see any other hands raised, but I'll give it a moment. Okay, we'll move along. There being none, we will move onto our executive session. We have just a few items to discuss here. Mark, what do you think will be about 10 or 15?
No more than 15.
Okay, no more than 15 and we'll be back.
So, you know,
So
not one.
we will all drop off or
You can, I think you can leave the meeting and get back in. I'm a little nervous now, but I
I
think you
know.
can. You should be, as far as I know, you can get back in. I'm going to, um, I'm actually just going to jump onto a different computer. But you
I was
can
gonna say
leave.
that's probably
It's up to you
smart.
if you have another computer, but you leave the webinar and get back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and
Do
we
we
have
do we
another,
have another link for
that's what I'm looking
the
for.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I-
couldn't even get in from my
You're
computer. I had
going
to
to
do it
get
from
it.
my phone.
You will get the link as we speak. Okay.
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 Okay, very
The
good.
link will hit your inbox. Should hit it
Okay.
now.
All
Okay.
right. I'm just gonna mute and I'm gonna take that from my phone. So I
Mark, just make sure you don't close the webinar on your end since you're the host.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm leaving it.
Okay.
Thank you, Ray.
Hello. Hey, Tina.
Hi, Kavitha. This is Ray from Technology. Mark is sending a Google Meet link to
Oh,
all of
okay.
the board members to join a Google Meet for executive session.
Oh,
So you
perfect.
should be receiving that in your email any minute now.
Thank you. I was trying the other link. It wasn't working. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks, Tim. I didn't hear exactly what you said. Yeah, Mark is setting up a Google Meet because he can't be in two places at once. So anyone who's still on here, keep checking your board email and there'll be a new link in there momentarily.
Yes, Tina. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, everybody, we should be back to it momentarily. We're just waiting everyone to move over. And we were trying to figure out how to get Jean Bourgeois on to the meeting. She was having some trouble with the Zoom getting in.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, we all back?
Let
Not
me check
quite.
in.
Okay.
I think we're close. We got, we have Jenna, we have Jessica, Michael, Nicole, Devisa.
I didn't see Jagruti,
Grudy's missing, yeah. And then
and obviously Jean, but
we don't have Jean yet on. All right, I'll wait a couple more minutes, a few moments. Panelists.
I see Jean as an attendee, so she was able to log in with her phone.
I see Jagrudy now too. Okay, very good.
yeah, I just told Jean to raise her hand when she wants to talk.
Yep, I'm gonna switch that over to attendee so I could see. Why don't I see her?
That
Okay,
phone.
I don't see her, but if you've got her, oh, she's
You'll
the
see her as a number, I guess the
609 number. Okay.
Yeah, the 310 number.
Okay, perfect. All right, let me get back to my agenda and off we go. Okay, so our next item up is old business, and right on there we have the 2026 committee meetings from item 7A. And we did have
The first one will be
Jagru,
February 9th. It'll be the Finance Committee.
yes. And also, yeah, so February 9th is the next one coming up, and then curriculum will be February 23rd. Sending the information to Paul still. Jagrudy would want to move to the curriculum, and Bob expressed interest for the wellness committee. I've not heard from anyone else about any changes. I'll do if any last minute changes, again, just reach out to me via email and I'll make sure that Paul makes those changes accordingly. We will now move on to our second opportunity, 8A, for board member comments. Any members of the board wish to speak? Okay, it doesn't appear so. So we'll move on to item 8B. Any members of the public? Is that our second opportunity for the public comment? Any members of the public wish to speak? Okay, it doesn't appear to be, so we will move on. I need to get back to my agenda. Thank you for bearing with me. We'll move on to item 9.
Mandated policies for second reading. Item A, policy 2535, library material.
Second.
Any questions? Pull the board, please.
Yeah, I think for Miss Bourgeois, if she can raise her hand or any kind of vote would be great. If you have any audio vote, Miss Bourgeois. Okay. don't see anything, you guys. Okay. Ms. DeFalco? Oh, is that Ms.
Yes,
Bourgeois?
can you hear me? This is Jean.
Oh, thank you. Okay, Ms. Bourgeois. Okay. Ms. DeFalco?
Yes.
Ms. Drake?
Yes.
Ms. LaRusso?
Yes.
Mr. Laverty?
Yes.
Ms. Mahari?
Yes.
Ms. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Weeks?
Yes.
And Ms. Lance?
Yes. Okay, item 10.
Mandated regulations for second reading. Item A, Regulation 2535, library material.
Second.
Any questions? Pull the board, please.
Ms. Bourgeois?
Yes.
Ms. DeFalco?
Yes.
Ms. Drake?
Yes.
Ms. LaRusso?
Yes.
Mr. Laverty?
Yes.
Ms. Mahari?
Yes.
Ms. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Weeks?
Yes.
And Ms. Lance?
Yes.
Okay.
Item 11.
Sorry, 1 second. Recommended policies for second reading. Item A, Policy 0155.1, Board member participation at BOA meetings using electronic device. Item B, Policy 2530, Resource materials. Item C, Policy 9130, Public complaints.
Second.
Any questions? Pull the board, please.
Ms. Bourgeois?
Yes.
Ms. DeFalco?
Yes.
Ms. Drake?
Yes.
Ms. LaRusso?
Yes.
Mr. Laverty?
Yes.
Ms. Madorhe?
Yes.
Ms. Patel?
Yes.
Mr. Weeks?
Yes.
And Ms. Lance?
Yes.
Okay.
And item 12.
Motion to approve routine items by exception. Having read the materials received, I move that the board approve the routine agenda items as submitted. Item A, staffing for January 26, 2026. Item B, HIB report from January 5th, 2026. Item C, approve travel and related expenses. Item D, approve ESEA carryover amendment of FY 2025 to 26, Title 1, 2, 3, Immigrant, and 4. Item E, approve HHS new courses. Item F, approve the Uniform State Memorandum of Agreement between the Board of Education and law enforcement official. Item G, approval is requested to use the competitive RFP process in conjunction with the federal E-rate for technology purchases. Item H, approve new field trip sites for upcoming trips. Item I, approve HHS overnight trip, Princeton Blairstone Center, New Jersey, February 2026. Item J, approve HHS program of studies for 2026 through 27. Item K, approve HHS senior trip, dinner, dance cruise, May 2026. Item L, approve HHS scholarship opportunity, Dream Acres College Foundation. Item M, uncompensated club, MHK National Junior Honor Society. Item N, out of district placement. Item O, professional services for students. Item P, 2025 to 26, agreement with State of New Jersey Department of Children and Families Office of ED. Item Q, amendment to the fiscal year 2026 IDEA Part B preschool grant application and budget. Item R, technology recycling batch number 66. Item S, board meeting minutes approval. Item T, bill list of January 26, 2026.
Second.
I have two questions.
Questions? Go ahead.
For F, Mark, can you just explain that? What it's for? About the Board of Ethics law enforcement.
No, of course. So that's the Uniform State Memorandum of Agreement. That is an agreement between local law enforcement and school districts across the state. It's a New Jersey provision. So each year is a requirement that we meet with. We happen to have two police departments. I meet with each chief. They often will provide me with any updates regarding any changes at the state level. And obviously, I will give them some feedback regarding some procedures or protocols that we may have. Here, I sign off on it in the county office to be finalized. And the basis is that there are certain provisions, just the 30,000-foot view, there's certain provision there. We are required to communicate with the police regarding certain offenses and certain occurrences within the schools.
Okay, thanks. And then I just have one more question about J, the high school program of studies for 26-27.
Okay.
Are the electives, which start on page 70, if you remember last year, there was an issue with high school electives. Are these just because they're listed doesn't mean they're going to be offered for the 26-27 school year, correct? These are just electives that Hightstown has, but not that they won't necessarily all be offered depending on staffing and student interest, correct?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, these are courses that we've approved that we believe they should be running.
Right, but
the issue then becomes the enrollment component. Obviously, we need to have adequate numbers of students showing interest in a course for us to run that course.
Another question that's come up too with electives at the high school is, I think, and I'm not sure if maybe we could have someone speak about this or if this is something for curriculum. Teachers that have never taught the elective are being asked to teach it and have no background on the elective, something I've heard. I don't know how that works, but
Do you have an example of a course?
I do. I can email you.
Okay. I mean, sometimes, yeah, email me. So, I mean, obviously, there are some times that we don't want to have. We would like to prevent teachers from instructing things that they don't feel a sense of comfort with.
Or
But,
that really, if they want to teach, if they have an interest in the course and that's something they want to teach. I don't know. I just think at the high school, I think it's great that there are so many electives. I just think that maybe we offer too many and then they can't always due to enrollment and interest and staffing. I don't know. It's just something to think about.
No, this is a constant think about. I'd say sometimes that does place us in a situation where we want to make sure we have adequate class sizes and teachers to offer it. And I guess on the flip side, we've got some courses that are not a introductory phase that see it. So that was some of the issue that surfaced last year. Hence, trying to feed students in the programs to maintain and sustain some interest as they get into some higher level coursework. But you could just shoot me an email call and we can continue the conversation.
Okay, we'll do.
Thank you.
Mark, related to that too, I think it's my understanding, and I may be wrong, but it seems like the guidance counselors are reviewing those electives or stressing the importance of, prioritizing your electives and getting them in right away, and then reaching out. I know I think we're approving this a little bit earlier than we did last year. We're trying to build in more time so that if there is that gap, if someone's over in this elective, but they can move over to this elective and more people will be happy because then we could run something that everyone's interested in. I think we're trying to make it a little more streamlined, but it's difficult because we do offer so many great things. So hopefully it all works out this year for everybody. But from what I understand, the guidance counselors are definitely on that to make sure it works to the best of everyone's advantage.
Right. We're trying to get it out as early as possible.
Yeah.
Before we can get in the course selection process and try to work through some of those kinks as they were.
Yeah, I
to
just
try
wanted to
make
share that because
everyone
I was
happy.
happy to hear that, and I just wanted to pass that along that I had, had heard that. So that's a really good thing. All right. Any other questions?
Hi, it's Jean. I do have a question. Are we able to get some clarification about D, please? I was trying to read it and I didn't quite understand it.
Oh, D. So D, so each year we get money from the federal government under the Title I umbrella, typically based on the population of students that we have within the community, often driven by students who are eligible for free and reduced lunch. And they come into various categories. Title I is the most common place dynamic where we're trying to support student achievement. And that money's broken down between each of our 6 schools. The federal government allows us to have a carryover each year if we do not expend all the funds for the year that it was allocated. So this is really asking the board to approve, which has already been blessed in terms of from a federal standpoint, what we can carry over to spend. So it's just a carryover approval. We have an additional year to spend the money of what we have not spent thus far.
Okay, thank you for that detailed explanation.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I was trying to find my audio button. Any other questions? Okay, pull the board, please.
Ms. Bourgeois,
Yes.
Ms. DeFalco,
Yes.
Ms. Drake,
Yes.
Ms. LaRusso,
Abstain from J, yes to the rest.
Mr. Laverty,
Yes.
Ms. Badori,
Yes.
Ms. Patel,
Yes.
Mr. Weeks,
Yes.
and Ms. Lance.
Yes, except abstain from C, but only within that document, the line item for T.lands, which is an approval for myself, but approve everyone else's.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I believe we are at the end. Let me just double check. Yeah, we are. Okay, we have no need for a second exec session this evening. Originally, we were going to have a second executive session to discuss the superintendent contract renewal, and that will be taking place at our next meeting. So other than that, we adjourn. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and stay safe and warm.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Have a
everybody.
Thanks,
good night.
everyone. Good night.
Good
Stay
night.
safe. Thank you.
Take care, folks.
Bye.